It seems to me that right about now, every leader from Mlima Kenya who has either lost something or is about to lose something is now starting to pivot towards Rigathi Gachagua. The other day we saw Moses Kuria condemn the attack on Gachagua during a church service in Kasarani. So I went and did some digging, and here's what I found. I found that Moses Kuria lost his own personal battle to Equity Bank. Apparently, Moses Kuria defaulted on his 54 million Kenya shilling loan, so some of his properties in Kiambu are actively being auctioned by Equity Bank. Imagine that, an entire economic advisor of the president having his own property auctioned because of poor financial decisions. I'd reckon that if this person continues to advise the president, this country could also end up auctioned. But anyway, that's another story for another day. The long story short here is that Moses Kuria is likely furious that State House could not bail him out at his hour of need, and as a result, he's now beginning to align with Gachagua. And he isn't the only one. Kimani Ichungwa, after realizing last week that he has lost both the ground and the confidence of the people of Mlima Kenya, he has now also started to run to Gachagua. And the first that I ever saw of this was after Gachagua's attack at the Kasarani church service. Ichungwa has boldly come out to say that it was a heinous act and it should never happen again. Now, of course, this to me and many Kenyans is a big shocker, considering that Ichungwa showed zero remorse when Gachagua was attacked at a funeral service in Limuru 3 months ago. Anyway, here's the tape of Ichungwa speaking out against Gachagua's recent attack. Roll the tape.
Na tutigetha kanitha witu wigire magerine ma maundu ta maria ndona Nairobi umuthi ati andu marathie ku disrupt service ya kanitha. It is very sad ni undu wa siasa, and we should never do that. Siasa itigatume tumenane, siasa itigatume tuthukie kanitha. Na ni ngenda support riria Sapit araugire rege tuoka kanitha ni tuke mundu athome acoke kate ainuke kana tiguo na twaria tukavacirira uria turaugarira twike gongona-ini uria mutungatiri ukugite mutungatiri witu wa nderi. This is a very solemn occasion ya mutungatiri ndegwa. Riu tungiona mitugo ta iria muronire githunguria ati wa muratha tondu niokire haha kana Gemeno Ichungwa niokire haha, andu marehwo akumugiriria twathukiria ndegwa igongona riri, which is very sad.
Personally, I don't buy the theatrics. Kimani Ichungwa cannot suddenly have the capacity to carry wisdom. That burden has always been too great for him to bear. So he's either doing it in order to win the ground back, or he's doing it to indirectly threaten Ruto. I say this because I talked to 2 MPs yesterday, and they told me that whether Kimani Ichungwa wins or loses elections in Kikuyu, the majority leader position will be handed over to ODM come 2027. It could be prior, it could be after. I don't know how desperate the president is with the Mlima Kenya votes, because that's what it comes down to. And with the kind of betrayal that Ichungwa has involved himself in recently, there's no coming back for him. When you look at people like John Mbadi wanted to become the governor of Homa Bay. He contested for the ticket, he lost to Gladys Wanga. Raila gave Gladys Wanga a direct ticket. So Mbadi could be home today, but because of his loyalty to Raila sent him back to parliament as a nominated ODM MP and put him as the head of the park committee. Shortly after he removed him there, he made him the CS of Treasury. Who in this country today will be rewarding Kimani Ichungwa in that same manner if he loses elections? Will the president take a Kimani Ichungwa who has lost elections in Kikuyu, nominate him as an MP, and then continue to make him majority leader? And will ODM agree to ratify Ichungwa as majority leader if his own region underwhelmingly voted for the president? It wouldn't make sense. So his goose is cooked unless he can somehow make peace with Rigathi Gachagua, because to be honest, siasa ina uadui ile permanent. If there ever comes a day where Gachagua and Kimani Ichungwa come out to do a press conference together, that will be the end of William Samoei Ruto in Mlima Kenya. Hakuna kura atapata, because the majority leader comes back with all those MPs ambao walipotea kwa msitu. So it's like he's warming up kurudi kwa Gachagua. His salvation is there. Huku kwingine atazama, ODM inakuja ikimeza. It is like a hungry beast, inameza kila position inapata, kila inapata inachukua. And in towards 2027 wakiweka kura pale, it has to give a good return on investment, which means hata hiyo kiti ya Ichungwa inaweza enda. Anywho, let's see what Kenyans on X had to say about this, and I quote. John said, he should not be forgiven. His arrogance should be met with a vote of no confidence. Apelekwe nyumbani. Lucy Lou said, humble pie after the Mount Kenya tour. Who would have thought? DN said, he's remorseful for who? Pretense of the highest heels. Wow, we. Highest heels. Anajifanya holier than Father Teresa. The surveyor said, so the guy suddenly becomes clever. Everyone knows that is not because of goodwill, but to gain lost political relevance, lost by the people. Cause Shower said, we haven't forgotten how you sent goons in Limuru during burial ceremony because Rigiji was there. Sai, unajifanya holier. Ken Ibrahim said, hypocrisy. He knows everything and he knows how they planned to attack Mr. Tribalist Rigathi. It's so bad for President and his fellow colleagues to use our youths to do crime instead of giving the jobs or capital something. The Switch said, Huyu Kwisha, don't play Rigathi kwa mountain just as you should not touch Raila in Nyanza. Well, what say you guys? Do drop me your comments in the comment section below. I'll do my best to read them and to give you a response. And in the event you're here for the first time, please go on and hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching for a different platform, just head on over to YouTube, search for David Wafula. Hit the subscribe button. You're going to be getting a ton of content of this nature. If politics is something you're passionate about, this is definitely the one channel that you really need to subscribe to. Alright guys, adios. Thank you for choosing David Wafula as your primary news platform. We put countless hours in research, recording, and editing. By showing up each and every day to watch our videos, you encourage us to generate more videos for the viewers. We are on a mission to inform, educate, and build a better tomorrow. To our thousands of followers in a world full of presidents, kings, and queens, you are the real gem. Adios.